folks, you have stumbled upon new old school fishing. That's right, new old school fishing. You can be old and be a little new, and you can be new and be a whole lot old. Gonna try to entertain you, and I'm supposed to do this studio stuff, which is actually my living room. Don't have room for that. My boy's got an apartment upstairs. My tech support son is upstairs, and you'll see him in some of the videos. He's good fisherman. Only fishes like 1 or 2 weeks a year, but that's what he likes to do. Fish hard for 1 or 2 weeks, and he don't want to get up early and fish back home here. That's what he likes to do, and a lot of people are like that. Me, I like to fish more. So I'll be out in my kayak, which is kind of like my tricycle back when I was a kid. I don't know why they make such a big fuss about them now. You know, you just pedal it like a tricycle. No battery assist, no coaster brakes, no handbrakes. You pedal it forward, you pedal it backwards. It's like going on a grand adventure when I was a kid, and I could have only dreamed of being able to pedal on the water. How awesome. So come on along, and we'll have some adventures here. Just going to try to figure out how to do this part. I don't know if I can do this part, but I'm going to try it. So this is what we have here. My wife has graciously let me put up some fishing stuff. Actually, I was going to take part of it down up top here, and she said, no, it's pretty. Married well, I guess. Got one thing right in life. So we're going to try some of that, and thanks for tuning in, and we're going to see what we can do. So let's get started here. I got a kind of a comic book that my sister saved me, and it's got a cool ad on it. So let's start with that. Now check this ad out, folks. This is on the back of an old comic book from Bonanza. And back in 1966, yeah, I'm that old, probably about 10 then, and you could get yourself 411 piece set. Did you hear that? 411 pieces for $12.95. Check it out. The deal of the century. 3 rods, 2 tackle boxes. It's amazing. 3 expertly balanced rods and reels, Argosy direct drive trolling reel, power action black fiberglass rods, new Super 88 automatic dual drag spin cast. That's that one right there. 3 complete outfits, nationally advertised 1966 models. State of the art. You got 2 loaded tackle boxes, 41 deadly lures. You got your minnow net, your knife, hooks, sinkers, bobbers, little bugs and minnows, just amazing stuff, all for just $12.95. And those tackle boxes are leak proof. Can you believe it? I mean, it makes you want to get Mr. Peabody to take you back in time. Go get you some of this. There's got to be something valuable in there. Oh man, sweet deal. Money back guaranteed. That's right, folks. You can get your money back. You can get your $12.95 back if you don't like this. Yeah, you can't beat it. What a deal. It's all on the back of a 12-cent Bonanza. Oh, see if I can get this to sit here. Bonanza comic book. That's right, I got Old Yeller too. As a guy, you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to cry at the end of this movie. It's perfectly acceptable. My sister saved me these, and I thought I'd share that with you. But you just can't believe that stuff. Now, let me zoom back out and get right back at you. We can get this worked out. I'm sure I can edit this stuff. Still can't see me, can you? But one thing you got to understand, in 1966, I was 10, and I'd go up to the corner store, and it would take me about half of an hour to decide how to spend a quarter. If there was a quarter laying in the road and everybody spotted it at the same time, it got ugly. You could get 5 full-size candy bars for a quarter. You could get 25 pieces of penny candy. You could get 2 tasty cake treats and a candy bar. Or any variation thereof. That's why it would take a half an hour to decide. Plus you had to decide which 5 candy bars you wanted. And the guy would just stand there very patiently, waiting for me to make up my mind. All that for a quarter. Little different times. So $12.95, that was a decent dollar then. I know, you can't believe it. Yeah, some of you can if you're my age or not much younger. It was a different time, that's for sure. So, well, enough of that. That was kind of fun. Thought I'd share that with you because, I mean, man, you just can't beat that. That's like the old sports liquidator stuff. I mean, such a deal. You can't miss it. All right, let me show you around here. I'll grab that camera. Alright, took me a little bit to get that loose, but I can walk around with it now. This is a canoe I built. Had that idea in my head ever since I was a kid. Finally got her done, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. Made it out of cedar. Pretty cool. Anyway, the fishing stuff. Don't be too impressed by these great big lures up here. I got them. I bet you I didn't spend maybe $55 on them lures. Gander Mountain was getting out of them, and the muskie business. Well, probably 20 years ago. And they had them on sale. On discount, and you had to root through them. And so amazingly, between all the deals that they gave, let's see if I can show you the tackle box here. It's got to be here somewhere. There it is, tackle bag. Get out of my own light. Tackle bag. That you got for free, and whatever you could put in it was a further 25% off. So I ended up with all these great big lures that I haven't done much with, but didn't cost me much. Sure look pretty up there. Yeah. Anyway, with my show, New Old School Fishing, basically new old school, can be any of these lures. Look at, they still sell them. Different kind of old spinner baits, and you can get really old ones like that Super Action deal there. Spoons, spanners. I haven't tried this Cisco out yet. Kind of look kind of cool. Look kind of old school to me. I don't know how long they've been out. Got that on the way to Canada. Strike King Magic. Oh, I'm in my light again. We really do well with those, and they don't cost much, and we also make other things out of that. Oh, got a lot of old videos and different kind of spinner baits I bought. You're gonna see Jason in some of these videos, and this is him and me. Yeah, that's right. I used to be young with our trout that we caught way back in the day. See if I can't hold this a little steadier. You can also get yourself some new lures like this slope nose here and flatfish. They came back out with these slope nose. I can't remember. I guess Retro Bassin was talking about that, so I kept an eye out for it. We got jitterbugs, crazy crawlers. You can still buy all that stuff and not risk something that's really an antique. And I also got some different lures up here that I have had for years or I have collected off of the eBay. I'm pretty cheap about it, so just getting started. And my old tackle boxes with stuff in it, old book on fishing lures. I guess we could look through that sometime. I think that's interesting. My wife thinks it's boring as all get out. But different tackle boxes. This old one here I got for rescuing a guy who was drowning. Rescued hundreds of people, and that's the only thing anybody ever gave me. Ain't that a hoot? Crazy world we live in. But that's me as a kid getting an award from the Scouts for rescuing that guy. The two pictures next to it are me with catfish. Caught them on hot dog and ended up in what's called the Pennsylvania Angler. Got official citations for catching my catfish, and there'd be people in there with bass on a Rapala or walleye on a spinner, or minnows, muskies on musky baits, and there'd be me as a little guy. Catfish, bait, hot dog. Tricky thing to keep on a hook, as I recall. But this is some of what goes on here. We like to find old antlers and stuff. I did not shoot this deer, if anybody's getting upset about that. That was shot by a guy who never talked it over with his wife, and when the taxidermist said it was done, she flipped out. So he never finished paying for it. So we did, and there it is. Kind of cool. It's actually not an albino. You see the top of his head is brown. The rest of him is white. Considered a piebald deer. Pretty cool. Usually just all speckled. Me and my son like to listen to old time radio shows as part of our trips. So we got some Jack Benny and some Carly McCarthy and Hager Bergen. What else we got over here? We got the 6-shooter, Jimmy Stewart. There's Fred Allen and Jack Benny, all kinds of different things. I'm sure you're probably not all that interested in that. Check this out. This is me as a kid. Caught that striper down at Long Beach Island, surf fishing with my dad, and on braided line. That's right. I started fishing with braided line. My dad wouldn't have anything to do with that newfangled monofilament stuff. I think maybe the snell to the hook was monofilament. But big pyramid sinkers and braided line on a big bait casting reel, probably Penn. My first memory of fishing is on a pin reel. I'm not sure about the rod, but it kind of looked like a table leg handle and a great big yellow stick. And we were catching blowfish down at the Jersey Shore. So much for braided line being a new thing. It's a lot thinner now, though. I like it better now. Kind of pretty back then, though. And I'll walk around the rest of this house. Another thing that we do, me and my wife, is we go fossil hunting. And talk about old school. We find all these fossils. A lot of this stuff came from Florida. Yeah, I know. You're thinking out west, but no. It came from Florida. See if I can't get this steadier. There we are. And some of it came from out west. All kinds of bones. We like kind of like a treasure hunt. And if anybody's interested in that stuff, put it in the comments. Just learning about that. I didn't even know how to do it. Now I'm asking people to do it. So if you're interested in what that's all about, and maybe we could go out on some of those adventures if you're interested. Be glad to do that. My wife would think that's great. This is the other way. Got these bright lights on because I'm supposed to light this place up. We also hunt for arrowheads on, you can pick these up on private land. For some reason they make a big deal about it on public land, but on private land you can pick these things up. So pretty dang cool. Some of that stuff is thousands, some of it's 10,000 years old. More stuff from Florida. Megalodon sharks, teeth, I don't know, I guess all those are makos or great whites. And snaggletooth hemiprius, I think it's called. The megs are actually up here. Megalodon, a shark that would have trouble fitting in this house. And that's a selection of the teeth. They would have been little in the back, big in the front. Also got all kinds of shark's teeth, arrowheads made out of coral. Yep, fossilized coral. And then they made it into an arrowhead. That's just way cool. Little jaws, old fish from out Wyoming. And take you around the rest of this. Took up a little carving. Started whittling on cypress knees down in Florida. We do a lot of wolf stuff. We go out Yellowstone, look for wolves. Or at least I do. Kathy'd rather go hiking. And more native stuff. Love finding that. Same here. Most of that came from Florida right there. Got to get that on public land in Florida. Private land, excuse me. You got to get it on private land. You're not allowed to pick it up on public land. Yeah, I know. But the rules are the rules. This is my great-grandmother, I think. The reason she's here is because she pushed my mother out of the way of a car. Her last act in life, and got killed by the car. Basically, if she didn't do that, you wouldn't be watching this. Because I never would have been around. More stuff here, fossils from all over the place, Wyoming and Florida. More big shark's teeth, glyptodonts. It was an armadillo the size of a Volkswagen bug. Well, it's like an armadillo. These are all kinds of teeth, mastodon, mammoth, all that kind of stuff. If you're interested in that, put it in the comments. I'll do a whole show on just talking about all this junk if you want. Pretty dang cool. All fossils, clams and horns and tusks and amazing stuff you can find. You probably see this a little bit. That's a saber cat tooth. and a couple more teeth back. Another carving that I did, kind of didn't have to do much to that. It already kind of looked like an elephant. These are ammonites. These guys are just got in Texas, Lake Texoma. Got those vertebrates from some big critter, which is why that guy's on there. Some more carving. All kinds of, my wife likes turtle shells. Those are not fossils, but they're cool. And cool little stuff. Got saber kit, got a little gift wolf from a friend. Cool polished rocks from friends out west. Sometimes you give people stuff, they give you stuff back. Kind of cool. This is the command center editing department. Yep, laptop. And on the top there, well, yeah, I kind of did want to show you that. This is an old Tom Mann lure. I was showing it in a video and you really can't see it very well. I didn't put it close enough to the camera. If somebody could tell me what the name of that is, I would appreciate it. Made by Terminator. That's a titanium spinnerbait. Got a Tom Mann design, top water, and you could also fish it underwater, which you really could do with any buzzbait. These are some gator bugs. Retro Chris did a thing on those and had to get me some. Man, I can't wait to rock them on the water. And that's pretty much it. Just kind of give you an idea of what it is here. I know I watch these things and I'm like, what's the rest of that place look like? There it is. We'll go through some of that. Here's the canoe with all the lures on it. Can't believe I just got these for like $1 a piece. Had to get them. Don't fish them, but had to get them. Maybe someday. Well, there you go. Quote unquote, the studio. Well, let me get back in front of this thing and finish this up. Alright. Well, that's it for the tour, folks. Thanks for stopping by New Old School Fishing, and I hope you'll bear with me as I'm learning. This is Greek to me. I really don't know what I'm doing. I just learned how to comment on other people's videos with my phone. Didn't know you could do that. Been watching it on the TV. Totally entertained, being totally... it's just so cool that people put these things out. Learning about all these lures and the old parts that I lived through. Really, a lot of what they're talking about, I was there. And pretty dang cool. And stuff I didn't know. We learned about spoon plugs. Never heard of them, except for maybe I think I saw a picture in an old book, which I don't even have anymore. It's so old. And we got a hold of some of those, took them out fishing, and my son was just, you'll see in some of the videos, he really did well with those. Really cool. There's old stuff that the fish don't know it's old. There wasn't even fishing lures around more than 150 years, I guess. People were fishing bait. The fish don't know it's old. So there's still good stuff out there that you could fish with, and I think that's what I'm going to focus on, is not try to be what everybody else is being, but is to take some of that stuff out and see what really you catch fish on, because that's kind of what we love to do, right? Neat to fish all this stuff, but the stuff that really can show somebody that it works more than just one fish is cool. Because you could pick some up. They still make those spoon plugs are still being made. You buy them brand new. Got some for Christmas. Kind of cool. So we'll do some of that, and you'll see in the videos some of the stuff we use is just simple old school stuff. Never knew I was so interested until I started watching some of these shows, retro bassing and angling archaeology, those kinds of things, and learning about all this stuff. Fascinating. Learned what a rabbit hole is. think I'm going down it right now. So join in with me. And we'll check it out. And maybe we'll take some of this stuff beyond what they tell you about, and we'll take it out and does it work? Don't it work? Maybe there's some simple old thing in your old grandpa's tackle box that's just killer out there. And you just don't use it because you're after the new stuff. They convince you need the new stuff. And, well, anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you join me some more. And we'll have us a time. And hopefully you'll be entertained like I've been with these other guys. Have a great day. Thanks you so much. And if you get a chance, give me a like and a subscribe. And we'll do some more of it. If not, yeah, I'll just put this stuff away and go back to just fishing and finding stuff and watching critters. Love doing that. And no big deal. But if you want me to keep doing it, support it and we'll keep at it. Thank you much. Have a great day.